In the practical aspects of mentoring leaders also, what that looks like in real life practice is it comes out in two primary formats. Is one, we create small communities where leaders are encouraging each other. That becomes a safe place where they're able to listen to, learn from each other, affirm each other. So for example, I have several groups like this where I meet with 3 or 4 or 5 pastors. Typically we meet for 1 day per month. And in that context, I'll share what God has been speaking to me, and then we'll go through a curriculum that we discuss together, share with each other, pray, and then pray for each other. So it becomes a supportive peer community. And it's also important to us that they come from different church backgrounds. So I've got a group where I've got a Lutheran pastor and a Methodist pastor and a Baptist pastor. I've got a group where I've got a Brethren pastor, Assemblies of God pastor, a Baptist pastor, a Presbyterian pastor. So in that actual context, they're able to open up a lot more than if they were all from the same church or the same denomination. So we share with each other, we begin to learn with each other, and over time it actually takes months and months. They get more and more comfortable and open with each other. And that's important for me also to be modeling for them, but then it creates an environment where we know what we share just stays in this group, and then they start actually sharing not only what they're learning, but what they're struggling with. And I think it's particularly true in Singapore. I'm sure it's true all over, but for pastors, it's very hard to find a place for them that's safe. They don't have a confidant. They don't have a friend they can share with. So this creates an environment where they can actually develop some intimacy with each other and find support and encouragement. But along with that small group like that, I also meet individually with pastors one-to-one. The same pastors from the group, in between our group meeting once a month, we'll get together for an hour and a half, and then I just ask them, how have you been doing? What are you growing? What has God been teaching you from our times together? How are things going at the church? What are areas in your family or your personal life or your ministry leadership that you sense God talking to you about? What kind of needs do you have? And in that personal one-to-one, they feel a lot of support because they don't have anybody asking them those things. They have people expecting things from them, but they don't have anybody really supporting them and helping them put it into practice. So in that environment, they develop a lot of trust and security and know that somebody believes in them and is their champion and supports them. And so that's a big part of mentoring. It's not giving them answers. And I tell them up front, I'm not here to give you advice or tell you what to do, but I'm here to listen, to give outside perspective, to share with you what I think God may be saying to you, but then to support you in the steps that you take. And so usually they look at me and they say, oh, that's exactly what I want. And so we're able to help pastors continue to grow and be healthy and then be fruitful and not burn out and not find different ways that they'll fail or fall out. So our prayer, we want to keep on building leaders through personal relationships, and that's to us what mentoring is about.